Have you ever had a story that could change the way you see love, trust, and commitment forever? If you're preparing to marry or even dreaming of a future with someone, listen closely, for this tale holds truths that may save you from a lifetime of heartache. When Adoma and Kofi returned to the village after breaking the curse, the air seemed lighter and the world brighter. But though the spirits had declared the curse lifted, Adoma couldn't ignore the shadow lingering in her heart. The villagers celebrated their union, drummers beating rhythms that carried across the hills, and dancers moving as though guided by the spirits themselves. Yet, for all the joy around them, Adoma's thoughts were clouded. That evening, as the village quieted and the stars stretched across the sky, Adoma sat alone under the old baobab tree. Its twisted branches reached toward the heavens, as if yearning for answers. She gazed at the moonlit river, her reflection staring back at her with questioning eyes. Trust is a flame, the spirits had said. It can light your way or burn you if untended. Those words echoed in her mind. She thought of Kofi's confession, the curse, the broken promise, the deal with the spirits. He had been honest at last, but his secrets had wounded her. Could she truly trust him now? Her thoughts were interrupted by a soft rustling. Turning, she saw the old woman who had warned her by the river days before. This time, the woman's presence didn't startle her. Instead, Adoma felt a strange sense of calm. "You look troubled, child," the woman said, her voice like the breeze through dry leaves. "I should be happy," Adoma replied. "The curse is lifted and Kofi and I are to be married. But something feels unsettled." The old woman nodded knowingly. Lifting a curse does not erase its scars. Trust, once broken, is like a cracked pot. It can hold water again, but it will always show the marks of its break. Adoma's brow furrowed. "Then what must I do?" The woman smiled faintly. "The question is not what you must do, but what Kofi must prove. Love cannot thrive on words alone. It must be nurtured with actions." Before Adoma could reply, the woman faded into the shadows, leaving behind only the soft fragrance of wildflowers. Adoma sat under the tree until dawn, the woman's words intertwining with her own thoughts. The next morning, Adoma approached Kofi. The sunlight revealed his weary face, the toll of the curse still evident in the lines around his eyes. "Kofi," she said gently, "we have broken the curse, but trust is not something given, it is something earned." Kofi nodded solemnly. "I know, Adoma. I have wronged you, and I will spend the rest of my life proving that I am worthy of your trust." Adoma looked into his eyes and said, "There is one more thing I must ask of you. If we are to marry, I need to see your heart fully, without shadows. You must visit the shrine of truth and drink from the well of reflection." Kofi's eyes widened. The shrine of truth was a sacred place, known for revealing a person's deepest self, their fears, regrets, and true intentions. Few dared to visit it, for many were afraid of what they might see. "If that is what it takes," Kofi said after a moment, his voice steady, "then I will go." The journey to the shrine was long and treacherous, winding through dense forest and rocky paths. Adoma stayed behind, praying for Kofi's safe return. As he neared the shrine, the air grew still, and an eerie silence enveloped the land. The shrine itself was a modest structure carved into the side of a mountain, its entrance guarded by two stone statues of ancient warriors. Inside, the well of reflection shimmered like liquid glass, its surface unnaturally still. Kofi knelt beside it and cupped the water in his hands. As he drank, the world around him dissolved, and he found himself in a vast, empty space filled with swirling mist. A voice echoed, deep and resonant. "Kofi, son of the hunter, you seek the truth. But can you face it?" "I can," Kofi said, though his voice betrayed his fear. The mist parted, revealing scenes from his past. He saw himself as a young boy, desperate for approval, his father's stern face looming over him. He saw the moment he made the deal with the spirits, his greed for greatness overshadowing his better judgment. He saw Adoma, her face filled with pain as he confessed his betrayal. Tears streamed down Kofi's face as he whispered, "I was wrong. I was selfish. But I love her more than anything, and I want to be better for her and for myself." The voice responded, "Love is not enough. What will you sacrifice to prove your worth?" Kofi's mind raced. He thought of his pride, his ambition, and the shadow of the man he once was. "I will sacrifice my pride," he said. "I will humble myself before her and before the village. I will let my actions, not my words, show my love and commitment." The mist began to clear, and the voice spoke one last time. "Go, Kofi, and let your deeds define you." When Kofi returned to the village, he knelt before Adoma in front of everyone. "Adoma," he said, his voice strong but humble, "I have seen my flaws, my fears, and my failures. I will spend every day earning your trust, not through promises, but through actions." The villagers watched in awe as Adoma stepped forward. She placed her hands on Kofi's shoulders and said, "Then let us build our trust together, one day at a time." Their wedding took place under the light of the full moon, and their story became a legend, a reminder that love is powerful, but trust is its foundation. So before you take the step into marriage, ask yourself, do you truly trust your partner? Because trust, once broken, can be rebuilt, but it requires patience, humility, and unwavering effort. Remember, the heart must see before the eyes do. As the years passed, Adoma and Kofi's story became the heartbeat of the village, a tale parents told their children as they sat around the fire under starry skies. It was a story not just of love but of the struggles and triumphs that come with building something lasting. Adoma and Kofi's marriage became a living testament to the idea that love, while profound and beautiful, is only as strong as the trust that sustains it. Their life together wasn't without its challenges. Like the seasons that came and went, they faced moments of drought and moments of abundance. There were days when misunderstandings clouded their hearts, but each time, Kofi remembered his vow, and Adoma remembered her strength. They would sit beneath the old baobab tree, talking for hours, peeling away the layers of hurt and doubt to reach understanding. One day, many years after their wedding, Adoma stood in the village square, now a respected elder. Her hair, once as dark as the night sky, was streaked with silver, but her eyes held the same wisdom and warmth they always had. The village had gathered for a festival, and as the drums echoed through the air, children laughed and danced around the fire. A young couple approached Adoma, their faces alight with the glow of newfound love. "Mother Adoma," the young woman said, using the term of respect the villagers gave her, "we are to be married soon. But we are afraid. How can we be sure our love will endure?" Adoma smiled, the lines on her face deepening with the memories of her life. She gestured for them to sit with her beneath the baobab tree. "Let me tell you a story," she began, her voice steady and inviting. She recounted her journey with Kofi, from the moment they met to the trials they faced, the curse that tested them, and the trust they built brick by brick. The young couple listened, their hands clasped tightly, as Adoma's words painted a vivid picture of a love that was both imperfect and extraordinary. When she finished, the young man asked, "What is the secret to a love like yours?" Adoma took a deep breath and said, "There is no secret, only truths. Love is not a destination, it is a journey. It is not the grand gestures that sustain it, but the small, daily acts of kindness, honesty, and respect. And above all, it is trust. Without trust, a love withers like a plant without water." The young woman nodded thoughtfully. "But what if trust is broken? Can it ever be repaired?" Adoma's eyes grew misty as she thought of the challenges she and Kofi had faced. Trust, once broken, is like a clay pot that has shattered. You can mend it, but the cracks will always remain. Yet those cracks can be beautiful, a testament to the resilience of love. If you are willing to work together, to be patient and honest, then trust can grow again, stronger than before. The young couple thanked her, their hearts full of hope and determination. As they walked away, Adoma watched them, her thoughts drifting to Kofi. Kofi, now a respected elder as well, was standing by the river where their journey had truly begun. Though his hands were calloused and his back slightly stooped with age, he still carried himself with the quiet strength that had first drawn Adoma to him. She joined him by the water, and they stood together in silence, the sun setting behind the mountains. Kofi, Adoma said, her voice soft but firm, do you remember what the spirits said about trust being a flame? He nodded, his gaze fixed on the shimmering water. I do. It can light our way or burn us if untended. She reached for his hand, their fingers intertwining like roots of the same tree. After all these years, we've kept it burning. And for that, I am grateful. Kofi turned to her, his eyes filled with love and gratitude. It is you, Adoma, who taught me how to tend it. Without your strength, I would have been lost. They stood there until the stars emerged, their love as steady and enduring as the mountains that surrounded their village. As the years went on, their story continued to inspire. Travelers from distant lands came to the village to hear the tale of Adoma and Kofi, to learn the lessons of love and trust that had guided them. Their legacy became a bridge between generations, the reminder that even in the face of hardship, love and trust could prevail. And so, as you stand at the crossroads of love and commitment, ask yourself, is your flame strong enough to weather the storms? Will you tend it with care, feeding it with honesty, patience, and understanding? Because in the end, a love without trust is like a song without melody, it cannot touch the soul. Remember, the heart must see before the eyes do. And if this story resonated with you, let it guide your heart and your actions. Whether you're preparing for marriage, building a relationship, or simply reflecting on life, remember, a love is powerful, but trust is its foundation. Take a moment to share this video with someone who needs to hear this timeless lesson. Help them see the importance of trust in every bond they hold dear. Speech balloon, comment below with your thoughts, your own love stories, or the lessons you've learned about trust and commitment. Let's start a conversation that inspires and uplifts others. Red Heart, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring stories and life-changing wisdom rooted in the richness of African folklore. Together, let's keep these lessons alive and thriving for generations to come. And before you leave, put heart emoji in comments below. Love you.